Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack. Move aside Diva waifus, move aside Mercy waifus. The brand new red-headed girl that we all come to know and love is finally here on PC and console. Today, Brigitte finally released across all platforms. Now, for today's video, I'm gonna kind of give a reintroduction of Brigitte because it's sort of lame how like we get her on PTR and then 3 to 4 weeks later we get the brand new hero. So I figured I'd do like a reintroduction, talk about her and what she's kind of used for because she's a little bit interesting. Like she's pretty straightforward from the get-go. You kind of know how to use her, but to be more effective and truly utilize her, I feel like if you just get a little bit of tips before you hop right onto her, no pause on that, then she'll be a lot more easier to handle and she'll be a lot more fun. But tomorrow there will be like a full-length guide, like a traditional hero Brigitte guide, so you have that to look forward to. But getting right into the reintroduction of Brigitte, Brigitte Lindholm is obviously the daughter of Torbjorn, second to his turret, which is his first love, and obviously is the student of Reinhardt. I mentioned that because that's important to her hero character and also to her hero kit, where a lot of her assets stem from that because she is a support hero, she is a healer, but not a traditional heal like Mercy or more where there's like this yellow beam going to heroes. No, what she specializes in is armor heals. That's the little nickname I gave it because while it does heal people, it also gives armor on top of that. However, that's not her main job. You know, when you look at a hero like Mercy, her main job is to be healing or babysitting rather all these heroes, whereas Brigitte, she has to do a little bit of everything. So that's an important factor that I need you guys to remember when going on to Brigitte is that you're not just solely a support hero and you're not solely just a DPS hero. You need to find a fine balance of both to make her more effective and get the most out of her, get the most value. Well, how can you do that? Well, the number one tip, just the first thing I need to tell you guys is always just stay with the team. That's the best way you can effectively and utilize Brigitte is because she's similarly like, sort of like Lucio in a sense, because what's so special about her passive ability is every single time you do damage on the enemy team, you're going to be able to give an AoE heal to everybody around you. So it's similar to like Lucio. If you're off wall riding, getting in 1v1s, yeah, you might get a kill, but what you're supposed to be doing is staying with the team, speed boosting people, healing people. Same thing here. Well, how do you do that? With your primary and secondary fire. So remember, you're a support hero, but the best way to unlock that support potential is by being a DPS hero, and this is why she's so appealing. Now again, this isn't supposed to be a full-length guide, but I just want you guys to remember, yes, you do have your army heals, just automatically give someone heals, but you can be a lot more effective if you're initiating the fight. So Brigitte, she's interesting because usually support heroes are going to be in the back lines, but with Brigitte, you can't do that. You have to be at the front lines because at least this way you have the shield to protect yourself. You're not really going to be protecting anybody else, but this way you can just go up and be up close and personal, bash people, and just start swinging a bunch. But this is where being accurate with your flail really does come into play because your primary fire, yes, you can just kind of swing it, hit multiple heroes, and as long as you're doing that, you're being effective with Brigitte, but you can even be more effective by just mastering the whip shot, and this is where she becomes a Rule 34 waifu. But all jokes aside though, again, you just have to make every single second count when you're using your primary fire because this is the time that you have to be a DPS hero. There's going to be a time and place where you have to be that support hero, possibly be in the middle lines or back lines, giving off armor heals. But remember, you should always try to be doing something, like have a fun balance of doing everything, at least every single second of the fight, because that way you're going to be giving off your support potential. And that is basically it. Like, I don't want to take the rest of this time just to repeat myself saying, if you just swing, if you're accurate with your shot, you're going to be getting off heals, which is true. But that's just where finding a fine balance, because if you treat her as just a support hero where you're not getting kills and you're not accurate, well, you might as well play a Mercy or Moira where they're going to be giving a lot more heals. But if you treat her like a DPS hero, it's not the worst because that's kind of how she's designed. She's a secondary healer. She's not going to be taking over Mercy's or Moira's spot as the primary, or Anna's spot, also I forget about her, as the primary healer, but what she's there for is to give temporary heals, but also DPS potential. It's similar to like Zenyatta, but she's not. She's Brigitte. And that's why I think she's so appealing, is that she's going to be in the action a lot, she's going to be doing a lot, but that you have to remember that you have to be doing a lot every single second, because every single second you could be doing something a little bit different to make her a little bit more effective in the given situation. And I think in tomorrow's video I'll explain more in depth of what those situations are and what abilities are needed to be utilized whenever it comes to Brigitte. She's a straightforward hero, but she's a hero that's going to be easy to learn, hard to master. And I guess one last tip for the road, whenever it comes to her bash ability and her shield, try to use it as quick quickly as possible, especially against like a Reinhardt shield, because it's a stun ability. It's like McCree's flashbang, but I think a little bit better because it can bring down Reinhardt's shield. So I think Brigitte is going to be a big counter Reinhardt, at least from what I see from day one, but we'll just have to see. Brigitte, she's an interesting hero. She has a shield, but unless you're going to be using some meme tactics where you're like in a snake formation, that's not really what you're going to be using it. It's a singular shield that's going to protect Brigitte, and she's going to be doing a little bit of everything, and I think that makes her so appealing. But let me know what you think of Brigitte. Are you happy about her? Is she going to be your new main? Are you going to make some waifu fan art where, I don't know, man. Just let me know what you think of her, because I love her. I absolutely do. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching more Overwatch videos to come, and bye.